Hello class, and welcome to week 2 of Plants, Health, and Spirituality. This week we'll cover some introductory information about how sacred plants are classified and highlight some questions that remain unanswered. We can start off with some things that we do know. For example, humans have been using hallucinogens for over a millennia, but still Western societies have only just realized their potential or long-term significance. We can see this over the past 30 years where there's been an explosion in interest. Scholars often characterize sacred plants as being rather complex. For example, they often say that they are like chemical factories. This is because many can induce a variety of hallucinations or artificial psychoses. In many cases, these effects can be difficult to comprehend or explain. History tells us that these plants have served to aid in religious activities since the earliest civilizations. Today, many continue to use these sacred plants as a spiritual tradition. In many cases, they use it as a direct line to ancestral knowledge and awakening. Recently, there has been a surge in peer-reviewed literature considering the pharmacological benefits of hallucinogens. The screenshot on the left shows an article considering hallucinogens for the treatment of obsessive-compulsive disorder. New research may suggest that hallucinogens can help those struggling with acute depressive events. This is because existing drugs can take up to 12 weeks to take full effect. While increasing research may suggest that hallucinogens and other sacred plants may be used for the treatment of psychiatric disorders, much is still unknown about the effects of sacred plants on the body. Psychiatric medicine has progressed slower than other professions. This leaves many questions remaining. For example, are these plants and their chemical components addictive? In Western society, we often use the term intoxication to describe the overuse of alcohol. However, hallucinogens are also toxic. However, this toxicity does not imply fatality. In fact, any substance can be viewed as toxic. This is because the difference among a poison, a medicine, and a narcotic is only of a dosage. While one might think that drinking too much water might be harmless, it in fact may induce a toxic reaction. This same concept can be applied to all other substances. The chart on the right shows how drugs are classified in the United States. These classifications are organized into schedules. Drugs are evaluated with their potential for abuse and their accepted medical uses. If we look to the first schedule, we can see that cannabis is classified as having no medical use with a high potential for abuse, when in fact this is not supported by peer-reviewed research. In the United States, most hallucinogens are classified as narcotics, even though they are not known to be addictive or have narcotic effects. Narcotic refers to the substances which terminate the depressive state on the central nervous system. The regulation of narcotics came about in 1914 with the passing of the Harrison Narcotics Act. This act regulated doctors' prescriptive power with narcotics. It is often cited as being the first characterization of the American addict. While this act is not the only act that we will discuss in this class, it is often cited as characterizing the first criminal drug addict, and it is also responsible for creating the first illicit markets for drugs in the Americas. In a future module, we'll go over how certain acts have had both positive and negative effects in the United States and abroad. As we go over more sacred plants, we'll see how they become difficult to categorize. While hallucinogen is the main term we will use in this course, there are a variety of other terms we will also use. Hallucinogens are chemicals which in non-toxic doses produces change in perception, in thought, and in mood, but which seldom produce mental confusion, memory loss, or disorientation for person, place, and time. On the other hand, psychotomimetic substances are capable of producing a psychotic-like state. This is often referred to as artificial psychosis. The figure on the right shows the distribution of hallucinogens across the plant kingdom. Two main branches make up the bulk of hallucinogens in sacred plants. These include angiosperms and fungi. Angiosperms are often referred to as the most important sacred plants because nearly all hallucinogens are angiosperms. Their cell walls are made of cellulose. However, they are not fully studied. Fungi, on the other hand, is used extensively by the pharmaceutical industry. Recently, there has been a push to learn more about fungi's unique properties. While we will only cover plants and fungi in this course, it should be noted that there are other hallucinogenic substances that occur naturally. Some come from the animal kingdom, for example, toads, frog, and fish. Others include those made synthetically, including LSD, TMA, and DOB. Thanks for watching this introductory video for Week 2, Plants of the Gods. In this module, you'll watch a video that serves as an introduction to the textbook. This overview will discuss the geographic reach of sacred plants. Additionally, we'll look at sacred plants in the media and discuss current challenges. Click Next to proceed to the next module.